bounce into their stride. And then what do you do with all that information? Well, this is kind of my cheat sheet guide to how to individualize here. Okay, so it's going to depend on the event, but these are kind of generalities here. Fast twitch runner, long run, okay? It's going to burn glycogen more. It's going to run out of fuel more. Unless we're trying to shift them up, you got to be careful on the distance and the intensity of their long run, okay? And you also have to be careful into running them into the ground with the long run, because it's easier to get them to where they're fuel depleted and then takes several days to get them back up. High-end aerobic work, kind of like thresholds. Slow twitch runners can run right at that threshold, kind of right near it, and press it down. If you do that with a fast twitch runner, what will actually happen is it will impair his anaerobic abilities a lot. So instead, what you do is kind of more progressive type stuff, okay? Lower volume work and kind of mixed work or split work, where instead of maybe a 5-mile tempo, you do, 2-mile, mile, split up with short rest in between. Fast twitch runners, more Igloi style aerobic intervals, which I'll touch on a bit later. Why? Because it's at a more specific pace, but it's still aerobic. So if you keep the interval slow enough and then short enough, it can be highly aerobic, just like a tempo run would be, but it's at a more specific pace. So you might do aerobic intervals at kind of like 200, 300s with very short rest at 5K, 10K pace maybe. And you'll get that kind of same stimulus as a tempo run. Alternations we'll talk about in a little bit. Anaerobic work, kind of that grinding, really hard lactic stuff that we all love on the track.